Morning all. Off down to Super Sausage again on the GTR, and it's a slightly different day today. Oh, guess what? We have the ethnic minorities in, parked in the abandoned B&M building. They're getting everywhere today. Oh, I just pull up with my caravan, just park where I like, and very, very careful that I'm PC compliant. But they don't pay poll tax. Right, so as I say, we're off to Super Sausage on a jovial note. Oh dear. So what's happening today? Well, everybody is heading to Super Sausage this morning. Simple reason being, Motorcycle World in Northampton are doing a Guinness World Record attempt. Lally and Ollie are going round the world on a V-Strom. Of all the bikes to go around the world on, V-Strom? Really? I'd have stuck myself on a BM. Get yourself a GSA tractor, that thing will go forever. And Andy will tell you that as well. And if you haven't seen, lots of people after the V-Strom, obviously the BMWs I say, that's nice, little rocket I believe. Yep. Morning! Yeah, as I was saying, loads of people like the old BMW GS's, and simple reason being that them things go on forever and ever and ever. And Sean from Tins on Tour has just bought himself a GSA as well, so he's got the 1250 GSA. He's got rid of the Africa Twin. Sound of that rocket is nice. I think he's one of the regulars down the sausage as well. He's obviously going to Asda to get some fuel. I am alright. I have 34 miles. It's enough to get me there, and then we'll find a BP on the way back. See how it's going. Oh, it's just gone up to 53. I'm taking my time. I've got round about 50 miles in the tank or so. I've got plenty of fuel. There is a fuel shortage, and if you haven't watched the video of me doing, I think it was the Echo, going on about these fuel blockades. Oh yes, let's block the local shipping depot, or the tanker depot. Let's block the gates, stop them getting the trucks out. That'll get the government to drop the fuel. No, it won't. All you're going to do is cause bloody queues at the fuel pumps, and cause people inconvenience. They can't get to work, they can't get the fuel. All you're doing is just causing more of a calamity for everybody else. If you don't like the price of fuel, you won't use it. Simple as that. Silly lefty communist white snowflakes, as we call them. Oh, I'm going to go tie myself to a tree because trees are vital to the environment. They're going to do all the stupid things. Silly white lefty snowflakes. Anyway, enough of that subject. A couple of videos I caught up on this week. Andy's done a very, very good video, and I expect that one to go viral. What sort of stuff do I take with my GS when I'm out touring? And he's done a really good video on that. I love that. I watched that a couple of times. Now, the only things that I normally carry on the bike are my camera gear, my wallet, my phone chargers, odd bits and pieces, and my trauma kit. I carry a full trauma kit on the bike just in case. Now obviously being ex-forces, I tend to carry the bare essentials, and people go, what's in your trauma kit? Do you know how to use it? Yes, I do. A lot of the military, or the ex-military bikers or first aid bikers, if you've done the first aid training, will know how to use most of the stuff. And mine tends to be the extreme stuff. So I've got clotting powder, should you need it. I've got the compression seal, which is basically a stick over to stop bleeding. And everyone said to me, why do you carry? I've got 2 extra things that I carry in my trauma kit that are a bit weird. One is a Durex, not for my own personal use, and one is a tampon. Now the idea being, oh, and a panty pad as well, women's panty pad. Should you be bleeding or have a stab wound, what's the best thing? Stick a tampon in it. Or if you're bleeding, you've got a major bleed, stick a panty pad. Them things are designed to soak up blood massively. That's why I carry them, and obviously the Durex comes in very, very handy if you happen to have something that you want to try and keep waterproof. They do stretch, or you can obviously put it on your finger and stick it in a wound. Same thing as what a tampon does, and it obviously stops any infection. Plus of course the old triangular bandages, the bits and pieces that I carry, plasters, blah blah blah. But I'm saying if you don't know how to use a first aid kit, then go and get some first aid training. I had a lot of training obviously being ex-military. I've also done a lot of first aid training. We have to do first aid training at the garage. That's cold today. Oh dear. So, a couple of videos that we caught up on was obviously Andy, Simon and his bell ends of the week, Lockwood and Esher done their ride out, and we had a great live stream on Friday. Really, really good. All the boys in. I was on 2 wheels, Gareth and Burning Gas, Andy, Crumbly and all the boys, Simon. But we had an absolute blast. It was really good fun. A couple more bike rides this week, and we currently have in the garage a dirty great big Valkyrie, Honda Valkyrie, that came in as a non-runner, and full carb strip on that. What a pig to get those 6 carbs out. They're all joined together. Cleaned it all out, float bolts are all stuck, all gummed up, cleaned it all out. We put it back on the bike, put the carbs back on the bike 6 o'clock last night. Keith and Phil were on it, and fired it up. It runs! It runs! Hooray! Yes, we've sorted it. It's been stood for 3 years, and we actually got that thing running. Now we had another one in as well. One of my favourites, the LXR 125. Customer was like, well, I filled up with fuel, and it keeps cutting out on me. It's got no power. I don't know what's wrong with it. Now when we actually got in to investigate it, and I have been saying the LXRs are prone to getting water ingress in the plugs. The plug cap lets a little bit of water in, you get a bit of condensation in there, not a bad connection on the mud flap, and the bike tends to splutter. So I have been saying to people, use Vaseline or Veseline, depends how you pronounce it, round the top of the plug cap, just stops any water ingress, and the same with your ignition barrel, or a nice bit of electrical lithium grease. That would sort the problem out. He coated it with spray grease, so of course it's all got hot, dissolved, run down the barrel, coated everything in grease. Had to clean it all off. New plug in it, got loads of spark, loads of air, nice bit of fuel in there. Bike's still not firing. Undone the tank cap, had a sniff, and to say it was uffy, it smelled like paint thinners. Doesn't smell like E5 fuel. So obviously, next thing I do, a little bit of blue cloth, dip it in the fuel tank, and put my Zippo to it. It took me 4 attempts to get that to light, and well, this isn't good. So we drained the fuel, refilled it with E5, super unleaded, the good stuff, and lo and behold, it spluttered to life, but it was billowing smoke like a bugger. So normally, hand over the exhaust, give it a rev, get the revs up, let's have a sniff of it, and it was chucking out loads and loads of water with all this smoke. Had a sniff of my hand, very diesely or very thinnery. Yellow light, go, 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 come on tanker. So very diesely and smoky, and then had a little taste of my hand, and it did taste very oily, so misfuel. Not boys. And this isn't right. So obviously it's got a misfuel on it. He's even put some really crappy fuel in, no doubt from the local supermarket, or he's put a bit of diesel in it, or he's done something. But obviously we got that running, only to find that he's run his coolant low and he's done his rad. So new rad on that now. I will get a chance to go. Didn't take long to do that. And so obviously we got that one sorted. Now, final thing before we get to super solidage, I'm waffling today. So someone said to me, you've named obviously the Ninja, we called her Ninny. I'm going to take Ninny out for a run, and I always used to call her Ninny. Someone said, what are you calling your GTR? You're going to call it Git? No, I'm not going to call it Git. What are you going to call it? And I obviously said this thing is like riding the Starship Enterprise. It's got all the bells, the whistles. I've got the heated grips, the heated seat, the electric screen, top box, panniers, sat nav. I said this thing is like the Starship Enterprise. Someone actually said you should call it Kirk. I was never a lover of the first series of Star Trek. I don't mind Voyager, and I didn't mind Deep Space Nine, but I did love, obviously, Star Trek, the new series, the Next Gen Part 2, or they called it the Next Generation. And someone's said to me, why don't you call it then Picard? Because he was the captain, and you're always saying it's like Captain Picard saying engage. It is. This thing, once you hit that variable valve timing at about 3,500 revs, it goes to full-on warp back to 10. So, your answers please down in the descriptions. What should we name the bike? I am looking for a name for the bike. I've had loads of people say call it Picard. Some people have said call it Riker, because he was the beardy one like you. Yeah, alright, so I'm a beardy one as well. Should call it Riker. But your answers down the bottom please. Let us know what you think. It is bloody busy this morning, Jesus Christ. Morning buddy, you alright? Oh, it's all the usual boys here. And someone said to me, how do you get your bike round the corners at really low speed? Because I'm holding it on the back brake. Quickest way to manoeuvre your bike is to hold the damn thing on the back brake. Morning! I'm going to park up here with the boys. Ah, Twisty's here! I finally get to meet Twisty. Been following this guy on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok and everything. I finally get to meet him. I said to him I'm going to be down here this morning. Morning Twisty, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, not bad. He's got loads of the boys down here this morning. Martin's about somewhere as well. So, as usual, the obligatory super sausage, cup of coffee, bacon roll. The boys are there. There's Twisty's BM. Got some R125s in. All the boys are out there. We'll catch up with you in a few, and we'll see you on the flip side when we're on the way back, guys. Till then, I'll be out.
Many hours later.
So, coffee time and cigarette break done. It is busy this morning. Lovey and Ollie have been here, and had a little bit of a catch up with them. We should be posting the link up for their tour channel and seeing how they get on. Right, let's try and find a nice easy way out of here. As they say, thread the eye of the needle. And then the run to home. You know, I just feel the front wheel pick up in the air. Oh, I just lifted the front wheel. Bloody hell. First time I've done that. The Starship Enterprise is on its way home. Still waiting to find out what we're going to call it. Anyway, let's get to the serious stuff and give a few mentions. I'm going to chat about two things on the way back. So Lavi and Ollie, they are on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to put the link down in the description below. They are off the non-official start, obviously, from Super Sausage this morning. They're now off to the Ace Cafe to do the official start and the press thing and everything that they do. But they are going to be circumnavigating the world. So we're going to try and get them on the live stream every Friday just to let us know where they are. Nod, nod. Nod, nod again. Noddy nods. So yeah, we're going to get them on the live stream and just let us know where they are around the world, and just give us an update. I'm going to be posting sort of up on the Facebook page of what's going on. The other one I do want to talk about, and I'm really going to try and push this channel big time. Now obviously Grant, the rhythmic biker, and Michael, who is Uncle Red, have a channel called Wolf Tales. If you haven't heard or seen what Wolf Tales is, it is basically the biker's equivalent of Top Gear. You've got Top Gear, you've got Fifth Gear or whatever they call it, or Fifth Wheel, or... And there are loads and loads of car channels on Sky, BBC, ITV, but there is nothing for bike related apart from obviously old Henry Cole or the bearded bikers on do their cooking programme. Boys are all out this morning. Jesus, it's busy. But Wolf Tales is a very, very good channel, and we're going to try and push it. Obviously there have been some really, really good ones. Jenna's been on the show, Esther's been on the show, and there have been some really good updates. But go and watch Wolf Tales. It is a really good channel with Uncle Red and the Rhythmic Biker, and we're going to try and push that channel as much as we can. Obviously they've got loads and loads of special guests. We're chatting to them this morning, and they're going to try and keep up with Ollie and Lavi as well, or Lavi and Ollie, see what it's all about, and then obviously try and get them in on the live stream as well. So a couple of local bikers. Getting used to leaning this now. Got more confidence in this bike every time I ride it, and it rides totally different to what the Ninja did. Ninja used to skitter around on its back end, and I used to have to drag it on the brake, drift the back end to get around corners. This thing, you might as well just put it on rails. This thing just does everything I want it to do. So, a couple of channels there, Wolf Tales, Lavi and Ollie. A couple of channels that obviously we're going to be talking about. Coming up soon is the NC500. Now I had some stickers this week from John Diehard McLean. And obviously the missus manages my accounts for me. And she went, "Oh, you've got a payment in from a John Diehard McLean. Is that the one that's off Diehard?" I went, "No, it's a biker. He's actually sent me some money for some stickers." John, you didn't need to do that, mate. All you needed to do was drop me a DM. I'd have sent you those free of charge. So your refund's coming back on PayPal, mate. I'll get you some stickers out. If anybody does want a sticker, don't go paying for it. Don't go on the website and pay for it. The only thing we charge for is the t-shirts and the jackets and the hats and that, because obviously they cost me. But if you do want a sticker, all you need to do, drop me a DM with your address. I will send you a sticker out as long as you're in the UK. I don't mind paying the extra little bit of postage for you to have one of my stickers. And you see there's a lot of bikes out today. So don't mind sending stickers out. if I have missed you off the description, and obviously I have a lot of bikers and YouTube channels in the description below, if I have missed your channel off of my description down below, drop me a message and I'll with pleasure add you in the bottom end. I'm going to put Labby and Ollie down there and Wolf Tails, so you can go follow those channels. As always, go and check all those people out. Big shout out to obviously my fellow crew that joined me on the Friday live stream. So we'll start from the top. Zed Motovlogs, Escher Vlogster, Lockwood 92, Burning Gas Hauling Ass, John Diehard McLean, and then of course our normal boys, that's Simon GTR 1400, Andy GS8 Tractor, Crumbly, Exeter Rider, Western Supermoto, Epic Adam. There's so many to mention. Young Guy King, Boo Rider, MT Tank, loads and loads of guys. Go and check out all those. And obviously don't forget, August is our mental health awareness ride. If you haven't got anything to donate, so if you happen to be from one of the big companies, drop me a DM. I will put you in contact with MT Tank and the awareness course that we're doing. We're looking for as many freebies as we can get, which would be good. Loads of bikes, noddy nods. I'm like Churchill here this morning. Nod, 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 nod. Coming up on a nice little bike here. That's a bit pucker. Harley. And that was the guy that was at Super Sausage. I've got photos of that on my Instagram. Go check that out there. I've got a TikTok video coming up when we get back and edit it all down. Sitting a nice respectable speed on the way back. But as I say, like, comment, subscribe, hit the follow button, hit the bell, hit the notifications. Check out all the other bikers. Lots coming up in the next week where we'll be keeping you aware of what we are doing. But until the next time, guys, we're out riding. Nod, nod. Be well, ride safe, enjoy your weekend, and as always from RB, it's a big goodbye from me. Take care, guys.